back to Bump Club. If you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, press the button and make sure that you press the bell to receive all the notifications whenever a new episode drops. Yep. Ladies, as we get ready to get into the year 2023.
Yeah. I'm ready.
I think today would be a great day to speak about the moments that have inspired us during the year and what the next year looks like for us.
2022 has been a year of maturing for me. Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like
you can get more mature than you
I hear that you can.
No, I feel like she's like the mature one
Poised.
put together.
But you know that there's a lot of like internal stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll actually start on that note. It's something that Pumla and us talk about a bit about, where we allow external things to affect us. You know, just somebody says something, they didn't even mean it the way you thought it, but you go home and meditate on it and marinate on it, and then it becomes like a mountain. Then you are depressed, then you are sad, and it sort of ruins the rest of your day. I think I've learned to be more conscious of those things.
I feel like that's a gift. A gift to me. I feel like that's a gift to me. Like Rachel makes me so anxious sometimes when she says something, and then I can feel, oh my God, it's going to take her. Oh no, she's going to let it ruin her day and her week and her whatever. Like no, please don't.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and you guys know I'm very introspective. So like when I go back home and think, okay, so much has happened today, I'm feeling a bit weary emotionally, I'll sort of start going through my day, like what happened? Oh, so and so said something. Why did it make me feel that way? But then I immediately say it's not going to ruin my day, and then I sort of move on, and like I've done that in our work.
That's so nice.
If it wasn't for this mic that's not passed on, I'd come just run and hug you.
I know.
Just at the mic.
Yeah, and interestingly, Pumla and I are the complete opposites. She always says like for her words don't affect her.
Now for her this year, she needs to learn.
She needs to learn to
If anything, it's just that she hasn't finished her submission. And my response is the opposite.
Is the opposite. Oh, okay, wait, we're coming.
Yeah.
Too much. Yeah, so I feel like I have matured in that sense, and I'm really thankful for it. Just taking control of yourself and your emotions and not allowing things externally.
Nice.
And boy, have there been things externally. Like there's always stuff, you know, like really, really difficult moments where I could have crashed. And yet because I'd started doing that inner work, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to allow the things that are going on around me to ruin the peace within me. The other thing in terms of maturing is I've really learned the value of empathy and grace and kindness. And I know that seems second nature to me as a person, but I think this year especially, I was telling a friend recently that even if you came and told me someone has murdered another person, I will be very slow to judge. That's how much I have learned that, because I understand that yes, innately we are selfish human beings, we are evil under the right circumstances, but I think that there's so much evil in the world. We need more grace, we need more empathy, we need more kindness. We need to extend grace and empathy to people, even at their worst, especially at their worst. And I know it's not a
tall order.
Yes, it is a tall order, because it's like, are they going to take advantage of me? Are they going to step on me? But I guess God will give you wisdom on how to extend the grace. So I would say that there's been a maturing. Because for me, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, so that's like a huge part of who I am. 2022 has been a growth year for Rachel.
So excited for you on that growth. So excited because I honestly know how it feels when you let your inner man affect it, because that's who you are.
That's who you are.
So as a person who guards me, for you to tap into that, high five, girl. 2023.
And I'll go off that because like for me, and I was going to start with my lowest hanging fruit, but let me do that since we're still in this space. I feel that I have also been able now, I'm allowing myself, let me tell you guys, the real truth of the matter is, I used to think everybody was set this way, robotic kind, yeah. Until I think it's really when I met Rachel that I realized, okay, no, Pumla, most people are like that. Are towards her. She might be more to the extreme, but most people are like that. They really care about what people say. When somebody says something, they allow it. The words have power over them, and they allow to wallow. They feel things. When someone says something, it's always like, why would you say that? Why would you? And if something is going on in their lives, it's like they don't know how to put a stop and just say, I'm walking away from that and let me go about. Like for me, I just thought that that's how you just rationalize through it and move. So I've spent time with Rachel. So Rachel, we speak with Rachel a lot. And I won't lie to you, like sometimes I go home and like I'm shivering or why would anyone live their life like that? Someone says something and shit, your month is gone. Your entire day is gone. You're wallowing over something. Somebody's just said that, why do you care? But I have learned through a lot of our interactions that to be able to be more sensitive towards other people, to be more empathetic towards other people. When someone would come to me with a problem, I'm like, no, just A, B, C, D, E, finish, end of discussion, move. Not realizing that they have a whole lot of emotions to first process, to work through, to deal with. They are human beings. They are normal people. We are not robots, right? So, and I've realized now, when I extend that to like my friends, my other people, I just realized how many people were just tolerating me, just I think they were just like, you know what, that's her thing, that's our person.
And that's how
we love her. We love her as she is. What to do, nothing. But I've realized now when I extend more grace, I listen more. I feel I'm in their thing. I'm not getting caught up in their shit.
No.
But trying to understand more and accept that that's how they are. Let's see how we can process things like a normal human being. And then I realized, yes, now I come with them. Me, I'll just give you like this, then I go there, I stand, then I wait for you to come.
Hurry up.
But now I've realized that it's helped my relationships, my friendships, my, and I guess it's a thing of compromise. So maybe I'll use the word as well, maturing. To be understanding. So there is an extreme and an extreme, and we can meet somewhere in the middle. And for me, that has been like my gift for this year. Choka people are like that. So that's the one. Like for me, but the low-hanging fruit, I feel like for me this year, I was a candidate mother. 2022 Banang, which would not have been the issue more or so, because I was expecting it. He has to do his PLE. But the issue is that I had to make a very quick decision to take him to boarding school for P7. I have one child. I live with him in my house. We are two people in the house. He's my person. Like 13 years, like we've done this journey together. And then out of the blue, I have to make a quick decision. And it was quick. Why? Because Teja finished, by the time they locked down, he was in P5. So all factors constant, he should have been in P7 this year, in 2022. But remember, because there's a P7 that was stopped, was blocked, now there were to be two P7s. And because Teja is not the kind of person, he lost a year, like that whole online classes wasn't working for him. He's not that kind of kid of here and you're there. He's doing his own things, Like he's not the kind to like self-regulate or self-discipline himself. He's not, he wants to do his own things and whatever. I've met a couple who really are, and even in his class, and they'll even be calling out to him and saying, Teja, you're not paying attention. I'll be hearing them over the Zoom, kids. So I felt like he had lost so much. So I had resigned myself and said, no, let you sit that out. You'll do P6. And then you'll do P7 next year. It's okay. And he was agreeing. He was like, we're fine. But then when we went to the school, so please note, I'm changing his school. And then the headmaster says, no. Let's do an assessment. I'm the one to tell you if your child can manage or not. What do you know? Are you an academician? You don't know anything. Are you an education? What do you know? You give me, this is my responsibility. Let me assess. They take the boy, they assess him. It's not like he even did well, but there was a pass mark which he really And then, no, this one we'll take him.
Manage.
He'll manage. So that's how I had to make the quick decision. Like my heart just sank. Oh shit. I wasn't ready to go through the motions of P7. No, we were in school because now he was in school. We're in Green Hill, Chibuli. He had a place there. The headmaster said, no, we'll give him a place. Now I was like, you know what? The honest truth is I have to be honest with myself. And this is so, the one thing I learned this year through that was that you should be able to make correct decisions even if they break your heart. There's decisions, and there are times when you make decisions because you're so afraid of how you're going to feel. I knew I was going to get lonely, and I knew I was going to get sad, and I knew he wasn't ready, because when you're taking a child to boarding, you should be able to prep them as well. You have these conversations and what, they're going to S1. It's time, go away, you've been with this. So both of us are not ready, and now I'm the one making a quick decision for him. I've not involved him. We're always talking. And I realized that, you know what, no, this is the right decision. And it had to be so quick. Now, I'm processing very quickly. And I'm like, okay, we have to get this, we have to get that. I look at my son, I tell him, you know what, Teja, this is the right thing. You lost a year, and I am not equipped to earn it back for you. I had to be honest with myself that, yes, I'm not a super mom, I'm not a superwoman. I've never aspired to be a superwoman. I've always been okay being here, just normal average, normal person. I'm not going to strive. So I had to really be honest with myself. I told him, I'm not taking you to a boarding school over for discipline, over to transition, over for you to grow up, over for you to know. Let me be honest with you, I don't have that time to take you through. And at that point, I felt so bad because it felt like I was absolving myself of my responsibility as a parent. I was delegating my parental role. So in that moment, even admitting that was like, oh my, what's this? How can I even say that? You have one kid. Come on, do better, right? So it was so much at the same time. And then we had to have that conversation, talk through it. And then he's telling me, Mom, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm ready also. Oh, he said that? So when he said that, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, no. Then I remembered what Manuela said the other time, when she said about her and Brian, how they parent. You're a mother. Mother, all you can do is mother your child. Him, he's a father. All you know how to do is to father. And I realized, for me to allow him to go back, I would be mothering him. And because there was no father in I had to I now had to speak to that father and said, you know what, this is happening? I said, no, Tesha can go on. He can do it. So this is now the father talking. But if I had made, and remember I shared here before that, my disco parenting, the way it works is usually I make the decisions, the final decisions. That consulting rarely happens. But I remember it's after when Manuela said that you're a mother. You only know how to mother. So in that time I realized, Pumla, you're mothering. You need somebody to father that child. So in making that decision, I reached out, and the father said, no, he can't do it. Let him go and sit. I said, broke my heart. I can imagine. But it was the right decision. And in that, I learned that, you can make whatever you decide. In that place, always make a decision that will give you peace later. Now you see, we are done. The year is over, right? The year is done, and he's sat and he's finished, and we are so happy. And now he's back home, and we are kawa. But it's so funny. We checked with you a lot. Yes, we did. She was preparing this feedback for this show, because every time we checked on Pumla, she's like, guys, I'm fine. But robots. So I think we were so worried about you. Yeah, because for me, I just put a hold. That feeling ended when I made the decision. So for me, that's the robot that I realized I am. When I make a decision, I've made the decision. So now what am I carrying on? Now where is this emotion coming from and what? So I think that the emotional partner rule came on Monday, when PLE was on Tuesday. So now that was a whole other world of emotions. I tried to oh my God, even at work they released me. Oh, they did? Yeah. I was not okay.
The anxiety, right?
I don't even know what it was.
You don't know what it was.
And then other parents were feeling the same things. And then in my mind, that's when now this whole thing came of learning empathy and how other people feel. For me, I don't know, like when I see an emotion coming from there, I balls the other side. I'm like, no, not today. And then in the whole time, while I'm running, I'm now walking through. But by the time it finds me, I'm now mugumu. So by the time it comes, it bounces back home. So I'm like, But this one, it took me.
It took you.
I went. Like this one, I really went. I was so confused. Like, what the hell? And I'm here trying to fight above water to get back on the surface, but there's something like, no. My son was in boarding school. For 2 days, I saw him 6 times. I went to the school after every paper.
Wow.
Oh my God. Like I was a wreck.
I
didn't even know what anxiety was. It was later when I was speaking to other parents. And they're saying, no, that's you were anxious. I felt something. Like I didn't know. In my stomach. I didn't know what it was. I was so confused. I really was not. I was not okay.
And she just couldn't understand it.
Yeah. I don't know what.
I don't know, but.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
I can't engage. I can't.
Yeah, I couldn't engage. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work. Like I was just. My boss when we said no, it's okay. But, yeah, I was also so happy. But then picture now after when like the last exam is done and then I realized how people get addicted to drugs. Because of that, I live my life like just like this, balance. Like I'm on a plateau. But now I came from such a low to a high.
Yeah.
And that high felt damn good. Oh my God. But I get P7 parents that want to start with Teja. But people checked on me, people called me, we like literally had to have like a. So I kept calling people, what is this that I'm feeling? Yeah. Did you guys feel it last year? Yeah. Are you feeling it? Are you? Yeah. No, but all the best, Banage. Let's wait for results.
Meanwhile, that one is also another one.
Yeah, I was
like
told.
When they announce that results are out, like
I was told it's another one.
Yeah, inside
Banage, people check on me. I'm not ready.
She's not a robot.
Clearly it's not. Actually, 2022 taught me I'm not a robot. I'm a human damn being. Yes. So please treat me like one.
And yet for me, 2022, I kind of felt like a robot because it was such a roller coaster ride. You know, because of COVID, my kids had deteriorated a lot. So entering in regards to school, academics, they had deteriorated. So 2022, we go and check midterm. I'm like, what the hell? Because they used to perform so well. So I had to put in so much time. Remember, after a long day, you go back home. Homework with each and every one of them, I felt like it was too much. Because my job was already draining me. Very, very demanding. And then you have to ensure you're home by 5 so that you get them, work with them. But to close the term with distinctions, like that was I was so excited, like they thrived. Even their teachers on picking their reports, that she was like, oh my goodness, what have you done? Imagine the teacher asking you,
what have you done?
Yeah, that's that. Yes, I look back and I'm like, the truth is. But also, yes, they are. But also, I remember intentionally pointing out what was distorting their academics, because like Dean was not doing his spelling well, and that's what was failing him. And then he was quick, he wouldn't like read and understand before he answered. So I had to ensure it enters his head, and I saw that's what helped him. Yeah, because of that focus. Yeah.
And you see, that's a duty of homework.
That's
because most parents they feel that the duty of homework is to do the numbers. The duty of homework is to recognize gaps.
Exactly.
So that then you can communicate
to the teacher.
With the teacher.
Yeah, so you should be able to say, oh, by the way, I've realized that this person has this is a problem. Because you see, a teacher is dealing with so many children. But this one is yours. So homework, when it comes to, is recognized.
Yeah.
In the subtraction part, the fact that this is borrowing,
Uh-huh.
the concept of borrowing.
Yes.
And now you can tell the teacher.
And that's,
then you can
And
that's
that's
for our children to
exactly.
finish primary, then you tell us this. Give us these words of wisdom.
No, for 2023.
Mine has now has gone
Should not have suffered with homework.
That one passed. But I was very, very intentional, and I was so glad that it paid off. The multiplication.
I'm curious to know Fatah.
That one, even without my help, that one is already bright. Yeah, that one was already bright. Only that when we started, like he was failing, he's also like quick. He wants to do things fast and play. He's very, very playful, but very intelligent. So for him, I didn't focus much. His holiday work, homework, I'll, But Dean is who I wanted to focus on, and he thrived. I was so excited. Another highlight, Mom was struggling with cancer, guys. My mom beat cancer.
What?
She beat cancer. So for me, 2022, I was just excited that she was given a second chance. So everything, yeah, it really drained me emotionally because she had to stay with me. First, she went through an operation, and that's how they got the cancer. So of course, she had the emotions of having an operation at her age, and then now the cancer after, it was much. But for her to beat it, guys, we held her.
What the cancer was?
Endometrial. Yeah, endometrial.
We actually have a show coming up where they talk about endometriosis.
Yes. We have a show coming up.
She's actually healed because we've gone back and
also.
she's now
Yeah, so
really,
we're breathing
really okay.
positive.
So now we are.
No, she's healed.
She's healed. Yeah, she really
Great,
is.
that's amazing.
Yeah, she really.
But you know,
is.
you carry yours anyway. Yeah, I don't know because some of you have these superpowers that you just walk amongst us. You're super being. Imagine you have a mom who's sick, and you don't miss. You're always at work. You don't miss a simple bump love shoot. You're always
And
available.
yes, I carried
amazing.
it through. Yeah, I did.
Maybe her inner spirit.
That is it.
Always.
That's the superpower. That's super beings have
And
super
I
spirits.
remember, if it wasn't for so much, because she stayed at my house for close to a month. Yeah, for close to a month. And I feel like if she wasn't with me, she couldn't. Yeah, she couldn't. Because she needed that. I kept telling her she's gonna beat it. Yeah. I told her she
Mind
will.
over
Yeah,
matter.
that the mind.
Wow. Yeah, then there's the children. Were they home? They were home.
Yeah, because she had lost so much weight. She was worried, like any other person. She was really, really worried. And you know, if everyone cancer, like
Man.
yeah, even the doctor who pushed us there, she's like, guys, go. I'm not sure, but go. Yeah, go and start the medication. People make it. Yeah.
She had to do like the whole chemo.
Yeah. She did the whole chemo. She went through chemo, came out, hair loss, all that. And she beat it. But it took so much prayer, so much positive energy.
And you have that in a band. Positive energy. Yes,
Yes.
you do.
Yeah. So for me, that was the major highlight for 2022.
That's nice. Huge testimonies.
We closed the show because
We closed.
What do you say after cancer?
What
What do you say after beating cancer? What do you say? Wow.
Yeah.
No, amazing. That's really amazing.
2022. Before she comes, I feel like Angie's 2022 was like my 2021.
She's in pupa stage.
Now she is.
She's already in
She's already a
pupa.
pupa person. Now
She will enter pupa.
That's what I think.
Okay,
I'm
let her
waiting.
tell us.
Tell us.
Are you a pupa?
When you say it makes a little sense, but I hadn't thought about
Yeah,
it.
I thought about it, yes. Yeah, Madonna, I think, tends to see things that I'm going through because we have certain similar characteristics. So 2022 has been my hardest, and yet my
Most rewarding.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Oh, nice.
There's been a lot of reminiscing about the past, my children. I've gotten to that stage where, yes,
Yeah. Asante.
yes, she did. But I'm at that stage whereby I am at peace. I don't speak about it like I'm missing them. I've now just gotten into the pace of this is my life. This is what I do. On Sundays, we'll be on FaceTime, chat like we are all together, and
that's your new normal.
Yes, and that's perfectly fine. In 2022, I also decided to put myself first. Yeah.
Nice.
Which doesn't come easy.
I love it. This thing of overpouring, even when your cup is empty, you're empty to give somebody else. Yes, you're thirsty. that life, no.
And when you start looking after yourself, you will notice you will lose quite a number of friends. Because they can't believe that, you know, you're not going to drop everything to drive to their house at 3 a.m. because of something.
Which you used
Yes,
to do.
which I used to, and you know, you get really exhausted.
Yeah.
Today when we were starting the show, you were all like, guys, Angie, you know, get into the space. And I know I'm not at my 100, but that's because once again, I'm trying to learn to pace myself. Yeah, so if I feel that something is really, really not working, I will walk away from it, which once again is difficult, but yes, I am getting there. In terms of the Pink Coconut Tribe, it's been one hell of a year. You know, every time I thought that, you know what, do I really have to do this? If I decided to just close the door and leave everything to happen, will the world fall apart?
Yeah.
And the truth is, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You don't have to be constantly trying to find solutions for everything. You don't have to take on projects that you don't want to take on just because you want to feed somebody's family.
Yeah.
And the more selfish...
Oh Lord.
I don't know. 2022 is our year. Wow, growth.
Of course, growth will come with a lot of, you know, the backlash.
That's the growth.
Yeah.
Because the reasons, and you don't realize it, that the reasons you are not doing that is because it's that whole thing of, no, but this is the right thing to do. I want people to be okay. I want people will be okay regardless. And if you don't give them, they will be okay regardless somewhere else. They will lash at you and hit you and then you grow thick skin. Am I back to robot?
No, I love it. You tried, but if you continue.
Okay, I stop here.
Just stop.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that has been amazing in terms of Kemi, the bespoke planner. Initially, I was trying to run faster than run before I could walk. So that meant that either I took on projects or I bent backwards a bit too much. And when you do that, you, in your mind, you're thinking that, oh well, somebody will be either, will understand the sacrifice you've made. That's not how people are wired. People are wired to take.
But those who don't have Jesus are the ones who don't understand. Let me just throw
Even those that do,
those who genuinely have Jesus.
they don't take.
No. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
Those who genuinely have Jesus
Okay.
will have more empathy and will understand that Angie sacrificed the other time, she's not able to sacrifice today. Therefore, let me accept and be thankful for what she gave me and wish her the best.
I think that's more of a logical decision than
Yeah.
a spiritual one.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yes, I
Let's
agree
not
with
make
you.
it about
Yeah.
let's
I think yeah, because you can speak on two ends of that coin. In your spiritual world, it's the ones who don't have Jesus. In my logical world, it's the ones who can actually rationalize through shit and say, no, but she did something for me last time.
But you see, not many people, not everyone.
Yeah.
Again,
So, yeah.
you are
I
exception.
I agree. No, I
Again,
agree. I agree. In
exception.
the spiritual world, the ones who genuinely
have Jesus.
I agree.
I think I work together.
It's okay, we are finished.
Have knowledge.
Thank you and understanding. Logic.
Yes.
There are certain things even.
Yeah.
It's not even feeling. It's just.
It's such a feeling. Like
Yeah, like it's just the right thing to do.
Oh, mommy Jesus, we love
Jesus.
We love
You
him.
know that Jesus will carry logic when,
Wow.
when logic cannot.
When logic cannot find its way.
Oh wow.
Choka Jesus.
Without a doubt.
We celebrated his birth Bambi the other day.
The other day.
Eh, right?
Jesus is an amazing man, and when he comes into your life, you realize that if you say no, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person
No.
or you're
Of
not
course.
helping out anybody. Like, for example, last year.
The tree which didn't give fruit. So read.
Oh Lord.
Oh, there's also that.
Let's read our Bible.
Let's be guided. Let's be guided.
This year, I decided to take off the busiest, what is supposed to be the busiest time of the year, and I decided to be still.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah, like, you mean you're not working in December? And I'm like, no. Along the way, yes, I might have, slipped and I'm like, why don't I do this?
Yeah.
But you know God. He woke me up and said, by the way, this is not going to happen. So for the first time in over a decade, I spent Christmas with my family doing nothing.
Lovely.
Wow.
We need it.
Absolutely nothing. And it felt
Good.
Lovely.
If you will notice, Angie has been more present for Bump Love. Yes. She's been more, I don't want to say present, sounds like when you're here, you are thinking about Pink Coconut, but more available for Bump Love. Yeah. And we were also shocked that you were not doing anything in December, because usually we are rushing to shoot because, Angie's not
Angie
available,
will be busy.
So
but we love it.
This December has been amazing. Then in November, I went for
And
Lord, I realized there were so many things I was doing wrong. Yes, really nice. And not with regards to my business, because where my business is now, I know exactly where I want to be. I know what I need to get to where I want to be. I know there will be a lot of noise in the background, but there was also a lot of noise when I was rising the first time. So eyes on the prize. But just taking time away to take stock of your own self. I'm not yet there without a doubt, but at least I'm in the position where I can say this is work. And after 9, even if you're dying, I won't pick up your call. And of course people will say, oh, she's arrogant, she thinks she's made it. And I will say today that yes, I have.
High five.
You have made it.
Yes, you have. Yes. Pink coconut.
It's like she's arrived. I arrived when I held my first child.
Amen.
I arrived when I see my children excelling. So you can't tell me I've arrived just because.
Temo ina chemo tugamba. Temo ina chemo tugamba. Yeah, so I think that kind of like sums up my 2022. And I wouldn't speak of 2022 fully without speaking of Bump Love. There's something about this baby we made. When you look at how I started slow. People just see when you've made it. But below an iceberg, there's a lot happening inside there. So I've been picking up from Bump Love as well, that it's okay for you to go slow. It's okay for your social media page to look completely
I have two viewers.
Thank you. It's okay for your social media page.
Inside joke, sorry. Ivana, you're bringing things of the bedroom. Apologies.
Out to the public.
It's okay for your page to look completely different from anybody else's. It's okay. When I first started the Kemi Diaries, somebody's like, why would you do that? Now, if someone asked, I'd say, why not?
Why not? Why not?
So Bump Love has been really, really good, but beyond the 5 of us, the people behind.
Oh yes,
so much work.
You guys, we have such an amazing
so much work.
We disturb them.
Like Rama.
One of these days we should hire Rama.
Hi,
Rama is
all the way down to my PA.
Yes.
Today, this is the end of the year, so we're not supposed to cry. So I'll try not to.
You cried last week.
We saw them last week. We are used.
2022, I think I might have fallen in love again.
Oh, great.
Sela.
Okay.
Yes, with Mwami Mulondo.
Uncle's laughed.
All right.
And rightfully so.
If the rest of you
I was going to remove my mic and say cut.
Right?
What are we saying?
Right?
And nange you people, Bump Love.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one thing for you to be with women. It's one thing to be with
These women.
Yes.
Nadalabo. The other side. Nadala, those women.
being able to work with your wife, and then he's always up so early picking up production, 6 a.m. and you ask yourself, you know, a lot of people ask me, so how much do they pay you at Bump Club? And I'm like, we can't equate it, to be honest. And Rach.
Rach?
Yes,
Rach.
First of all, that's hair.
Oh my
Girl,
you look amazing.
You're killing it.
Always ensuring that we are prepared.
Yeah.
She took you as a project.
You are my person.
Bambi, she's always making sure we are, but you most.
Special attention.
Special. Remedial classes.
Yeah, we are coming.
We are coming.
Rachel and I are coming.
You are.
Because, yes, I think I'll be
Nice.
all that shows.
Have we caught that?
Yes.
Have we caught that on camera?
Yeah.
I think I will be hosting all
that
shows. Yeah.
Angie
This is a resolution. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's already set our resolution.
But 2022, oh my God. It was a beautiful year.
It was.
Wow. So, my 2022, remembering that I come from a 2021 that's a lot like,
We really did.
Like,
madam,
Wake up, don't sleep. Wake up.
Don't sleep. Wake up. Mom. Yeah. No, I really missed you so much. I was like, I can't do this on my own. I need you.
I need the energy.
I need this energy. No, I really missed that.
It was. So I fully understand
where she is.
It's like that place where you do everything that you know that you're not supposed to do, that you would not have ideally done, but then you have peace about it. And I remember telling Rachel something like that. Hey, but you quiet people, you hide a secret from us. Like there's so much in
strength in
introspection.
silence.
There's so much strength in silence. So much strength in introspection. Anyway, so by the time I came out of my pupa stage and my sitting down and looking back.
First of all, you need to explain pupa. Some people may not
an
know.
inside joke.
Oh,
As in, start from the science.
It's not an inside joke, it's science.
But they may be wondering pupa.
Well, yeah, they can't relate to
We
it.
are back to robots.
Back to robots.
Pupa stage is the dormant stage or in the life cycle or an insect.
Yeah, but somehow when they say, when you explain it, you assume that
Everybody doesn't know.
Yes.
So the pupa stage is actually a stage I coined for Manuela because at that time in the year of 2021, she was present but absent. She was only present physically, but she was absent, which is what happens in the life cycle of an insect. That in this case, in my mind, it was like the butterfly, you know, because it was like she was getting ready for something, but she wasn't ready at that time, and it was like, leave me. First, leave me. Let me be. So we had to leave her. So she was dormant. Like literally dormant. No, for a period. Oh my God.
We had this very
Yes.
So that's the pupa stage.
There you go. You explained it very well.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
This year the pupa stage was cracking out, and I see the butterfly.
I got my girl back. Actually, that year people always tell me that, by the way, you and Manuela are the same. I was like, no, I'm not like her. That's not what I am. But this year I was like, yes. She's back.
Yeah, so 2021 was, and I love that year. I cannot trade it
For anything.
Yeah.
Like not even for this year. It was so hard, so difficult, so raw, so, my gosh, it gets you, and it's in every
area.
angle, every area of your life. But you're like, I need
You loved your response to it.
And then now to say, okay, and I knew it was a catapult, and God does these things with people in the Bible, where He first takes you away, so that He can be the only voice of reason
that you hear.
that you have.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we live in a life of so much social
There's too
media.
much noise.
Too much
Too much noise.
And the only noise I have
Was the Lord's
was from
voice.
God.
Yeah.
So that's why it was so
Important.
that year.
Yeah.
I know what you go through. I'm just like
I get it. For the butterfly.
But I realized, and I knew that this was going on. So when I was getting out of the pupa stage, it was about consolidation. So for now, for example, people now like, oh my God, but now I'm just like, no, www.manolapimolo.com. You just go there.
You see everything.
Actually, yes, I only learned this year that you had a
Yes,
website.
so I
A
created
website.
Yes.
Okay.
I created a website for everything. You want to meet me? Go to my website.
Yeah.
You want to attend the annual personal planning getaway? Go to my website. You want to do my childcare business course? Go to my
Everything
website.
is
You want to
there.
work with me? Go to my website. Whatever it is you want.
Yeah.
And it's such an organized website.
Yeah.
I went there. Even me, they sent me there, by the way. To the website. Yet we meet here. But even me, they sent me, go to my website. And indeed, I went to our website. And indeed, I found what I needed. Very organized website.
Yeah. There was now these things of Manila. I want to call you to meet you. When you go to my website, you want to meet me, there will be my calendar, which will now show you whether I'm engaged on those days or not. I don't want to be in. Let me revert. Then I forget.
Let me revert. Let me check and revert.
Coming back is now midnight. The children. Then it's now my calendar is it will show you the available days and times that you can book. Also not for free, please.
Yes.
Don't come to us and
Yes.
know.
They are not for free.
Yes. Because then I met people who be like, Mama, there's something really urgent I want to talk to you about. We meet them right now. I started my job. I'm like, wait.
You made an appointment. Yes.
No. You go and find. If you want to send me a nice school message, also there's a place for you to contact me just to send me a nice school message. Because I just needed to get myself.
What is it that Rosette said when she was talking?
And you said something so profound. You said there's so much strength in introspection.
Yeah.
I think for me, when I'm in the lover stage, I pop out. Like I'm there and then I pop out. So it helps me.
In the pupa stage.
In the pupa stage, sorry. Yeah, so I'll be there for a day or two and pop out. Be there for a day or two and pop out. And I've seen it give me so much strength, so much energy for what I need to do next. Because this year, like my as focusing on adding value to things that matter. My time, relationships, and my health. So regardless of the noise, I'll save 30 minutes for my exercise. My family will come first. I used to go all out before. Someone needs money. Oh my God, I don't have mobile money. Somebody send me. It's okay. It's okay to not give them. They will be fine. They will be fine.
Yeah. At my cost, it was, you guys.
But we're not teaching you to be selfish, people. Just telling you what's worked for us.
Somebody out there, be selfish. And like
And it is fine.
Okay,
I guess selfish, they learn to be not so.
Okay. Vamp lovers, eating humans. I remember on the show we did, was it Ask Us Anything? Yeah, the second episode. And people were really raving about the Newman's products. When you mentioned that your family is, you're part of Newman's and whatever. And there were so many comments and like, oh my God, someone even said, I'm even going to leave the other brand. And now I have to eat Newman's. Even when I go to a supermarket, I don't find Newman's, I'm not going to eat.
That's why I had to carry a pack.
Great.
So that's what Newman's is.
No, they didn't know she was
affiliated.
Newman's.
Oh yes, I think I saw that question of what is Newman.
Yes,
someone
some
was
people
even,
wanted to
and this
know
one, no,
what
because
it
this one
means.
was abroad and there's a kind of Newman brand abroad. So it was like Newman. So she was trying to find out if it was the same.
So I'll explain briefly again. We are made out of all sorts of snacks, banana peas, peas, gin nuts, a whole range of
Cashew nuts.
Manila's favorite. And everyone here loves cashew nuts. Yeah, I think we have the best cashew nuts.
You have the best everything.
Yes, even the drinks. Remember the package you gave us? The boys cleared everything except the drinks. Last week I had the banana.
Oh yes.
It was so nice.
We have conk movies. Oh, by the way, we don't do just this. We have
You do drinks
UG
as well.
Kamulali. We also have conk movie C.
Wow.
Yeah, and we actually have lots of new innovations coming in. So I am excited.
Oh my, this is amazing. Hey, your year is like a real new year.
Yes,
Wow.
I feel this year. I really feel like I'm entering a new space,
so
and
cool. So
it's
cool.
exciting.
And you're building on your legacy, the thing that you're going to give your
I love that word, legacy.
Yeah. I love that.
Nice.
So I did a crash APPG with Manuela here. I didn't attend the actual
So
session.
APPG.
Oh, annual planning, personal planning getaway.
I was
Yes.
saying, Auntie, you was, I mean, I had understood.
Okay, but for viewers, yes. So, and the reason I wanted to do that was to be more mindful of what is around me, my planning, my personal life, my dreams, my goals, my desires, blah, 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 and just sort of to put them on a place where I can see them. Because I was pretty much going through life. I'm those people who it's like, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, I'm not really a planner. I plan for small things, like if we have a trip or if there's a thing coming up.
So well. Yes.
Bump love, yes, really.
Yeah, you do planning so well of those
things
that if you did like
Put
For
in
my
that like a
life,
real
I would
effort.
thrive.
you make something
You'll
up.
be a great event planner.
Really?
Let's see.
Interesting. Maybe I should sit under her capable
Yeah,
hands.
right.
Anyway, yes.
Mentorship.
So I feel like I'm in that zone of, oh my gosh, what could 2023 be if I were intentional from the beginning?
Nice.
And I'm nervous.
About it.
Yes, because I remember after we had the conversation with Manuela, I was just like, so this has to work. And she's like, oh yeah, it has to work. Like there's no two ways about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just used to living my life of, I don't know what's happening in Feb. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in November. But we shall get there. And when we get there,
We know your people. If it is meant for you, it will be yours. If it is not, then it is not meant for you. Then life is what you make it.
Life is what you make it.
Hey.
You know all those good phrases that we say to make ourselves comfortable. But like I'm excited to see what my life would be like if I paid more attention to like the little things. And the conversation was more like it's little things that add up to bigger things. So if you plan today, the day before, then you know what you're going to do tomorrow. You tick off tasks. And those many tasks collected, you have fulfilled and excited Rachel at the end of 2023 having achieved all of this stuff. And I think I was also scared to look at planning because planning made me, I had to be committed and accountable, and you know how planning is. Really, success is not an easy road. We all know that. And so just looking at the planning, I'll just be overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't want to plan an entire year because honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in the first quarter. But like being intentional and saying, okay, this is how I'm going to organize my finances. These are the things I'm going to do to grow maybe my income streams or whatever it is that I'm focusing on. And I think that has given me a leap in my spirit. In my step. It's like, oh, okay, let me see what, I'm nervous and excited at the same time. And just like you, I think doing this course also makes me nervous when I'm doing the wrong thing.
It should.
So it's like, so today what have you done with yourself? Did you do the things you were supposed to be doing? So it puts you on that, which is great because at the same time, the thing that was giving me anxiety is not having a plan. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, so you woke up
and you did nothing. Wow, well done.
what have you achieved today? So I think for me, that's my focus for 2023.
But even that's something you said about you. I remember when I was asking Manuela, that pricing of your getaway, why is it? Why do you price? How do you price? Then she says, I price to a level where the person who is receiving this can attach so much value that they are held accountable when they leave. So every time you're not doing something right,
you remember
that you know what is this I need to do, and then which I think is really great. I think it's really nice.
So I always add the people who have done it.
Can I copy for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because mine is going to be short. 2023. being more present with my children, which already I'm doing, but now, of course, with the intent that plan.
Yeah.
The plan, it becomes so much easier, and you plan better. You plan all the small details rather than waiting for the last minute. Last minute people will tell ourselves, oh, I'm really good at being last minute. No, you're not.
Imagine.
It's
a thing.
The truth is, there's a fire that comes.
There's a high.
But as I said, now, let that fire come after I have planned everything else.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to speak like what I hope to do or intend to do. What I do know is that whatever I'm going to do it really well. Really, really well. By the end of 2023, because I'm basically going to try to take the year off. What started as a 1 month hiatus has now gone into the first quarter. I know there are people who will be out there and say, oh my gosh, people will forget the brand or whatever. No. 20 years ago, the brand was in there, and
it's very big.
Too big to fail.
To fail, to forget. True.
So if we can get that in line, that would be really good. Because of 2022, I've been doing a lot of mentoring over the last 10 years. And in 2022, because when I stopped, I was able to see so much that is happening. A lot of the people I have mentored have gone on to do amazing
big things.
Yes. And they are always pushing me of do something where we can come speak of the impact that you had on our lives. And I realized I'm really good at teaching.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really, really good at teaching. And how did I realize this? Once again, listening to people I've mentored, and they're like, she will come to your site and spend the entire night just taking you through the process. And I was like, I think it is time that I move away from doing random things and make it more structured. That if I have a mentorship program, you're going to
you people brace yourselves for
just to hear Andrew saying the word structured.
Yes.
We are ready.
If I'm going to talk about the butterfly effect, how
we are ready.
Because this girl, me and Angie, by the way, like she's like so on the creative end, and then for me, I'm like mostly on the structured end. And then we find ourselves in things like this sometimes because me, I'm like, why aren't you in this? And then at the end of the day, we all find ourselves in the same destination.
Properly.
Like for her, she goes through her things, but for me, we find ourselves together at the end. And she's like, Pumla, leave me.
I'll get
and I'm like looking at her, I'm like, child, like get off your butt. But we find we reach the same place.
Properly, together.
And I find this thing, because I'm also creative, and you see, you can teach a creative structure, but you can't teach a structure.
No, that one won't happen. That one won't happen.
And so when a creative person gets structured
and
does the everyday things in structure, so that
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
You people,
I can only
else
imagine.
That should be routine is actually routine and working like a well-oiled machine, and the only time they have is for creating.
I can imagine. I can imagine. But that really has to go well. Yes. Because I also get that fear that when you lean into structure, then there's going to be a phase there that you have to sacrifice creativity to make that. That's the pupa stage, is it?
Yes. That's why I said that.
Okay. I see. Okay, I get you now. I get you now.
When somebody walks in, I don't have to fall in love with a couple. I just have to get things done, because if I continue doing that, then the business will always be linked to a human being, and that's where you get exhausted. From being here, there, 150 things.
Like you want to grow your business, but every couple wants to see you.
Yes,
decorate. Yes. That when will you grow?
When will you grow?
When will you grow? If you're going
I really love Manuela, that one I'll go and spend the night.
You can't be there serving everybody Newmans. Newmans has to grow. If your business has your face and a couple is like, Angie, where are you? Then the bride starts crying.
My bride. Angie used to call them my brides. My brides.
She'll never grow.
But after the years, you slowly get hit a number of times that you understand that, you know what, you can't make everybody happy.
True.
And at the end of the day, in trying to make them happy, you can end up making everybody unhappy.
Unhappy.
In
yeah.
yourself.
Or
inclusive.
yourself.
Yes, yourself. So because of putting structure and perspective in things, I can already see where I'm supposed to be 5 years from now. The start is not easy.
High five, baby girl.
The destination
Nice.
weddings are here to stay.
Yeah.
And I know 5 years from now, I put my name on this brand, Kemi,
Okay.
but I know it will not be the thing where people cannot be with Kemi just because Kemi, the human being,
Yeah.
is not
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
And I do know in the next 5 years, I will be East Africa's #1.
My friends. Yes.
Wow.
If you're coming, come for me, but I'm ready.
Ooh,
Girl.
Yeah. She got this.
Nice.
Wow.
Positive energy yourself.
Positive. I love it. Hey.
I dare myself. So this year, for those of you who are couple, you know that I always say, you kind of have to have that word that you go into
To the year with.
that takes you, that carries you. So for me, mine this year is establishment. So last year I was consolidating, putting together. It isn't yet that time to run and shoot and go and it's my time to umeda. I think that's what they say
In Uganda,
like to, you know, where your roots set there and you dig
deep.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now, and that's what I'm getting ready for 2023. I can't say so much, but just know that where I'm at, I am going to press if they are. Like where now that I put everything together, I'm going to exert pressure. I think that's how I'm going to exert pressure. So if you saw that I was in early childhood and
Pressure.
I'm going to exert pressure. If
Lovely.
you saw that I was doing work on organizing, I'm going to exert.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Nice.
exert pressure.
Nice.
Yeah, not yet flying because
Hey.
Now when we start flying, we wait for 2024.
24.
She'll pass 2020.
You
may pass 2023 if we start flying now.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, mine, I think is just a new chapter as well. I am now at a place where my last born child is in high school.
Yeah.
So yes, and I'm not old.
No, you are not.
So I still have a lot of life ahead of me, and yet I don't have to mother as much anymore. So I'm going to intentionally seek out opportunities, different opportunities for me. So I'm actually looking to find a hobby for my soul. So I'm a physical person. Like I like to engage in so many physical activities. That's where I usually find peace, you know. And I swim, I play lawn tennis, I run, I power walk, I do all sorts of things. But recently, so I'm looking for opportunities that are different, that can challenge me, but is still a hobby for my soul. You know, I feel like my child fed my soul.
Yeah.
He fed my spirit. He fed my soul. He fed my mind.
Yeah.
And now I've gone through a transition. So while he was in boarding school before, I was still able to go and see him. Yeah, I was able to go and see him much easier. He wasn't here, Kampala. I could go every week if I chose to, but because he had to study. So I think in the back of my brain was that you're not going, but you can. You have the option too. But now I will not have that option. So I'm just looking I need to find something else to feed me. So I realized that like after the first term. And then I decided, you know what, I need to find something else. And that's where I also mirrored, I think, in this, until now we threw it out there so we can talk about it in my relationship.
What hobbies?
Yeah, so, and then
You just need to enter it.
yeah, so and then I decided that, okay, so now he didn't want to say it, but he wanted us to cycle together. So because the sports, so strangely, so the sports, the things he does, I don't like them. Then the ones I do, me, because I'm used to doing them on my own, I prefer to work on my own. Or if I used to do with Teja sometimes. So I'm deciding this year, to try to be able to do something with him. So that is, and that for me is like learning a new hobby. So it's something because I'm physical. One, I love that it's physical, so I know I'm not going to do too much to break that. But I think it's also going to give me an opportunity. You go.
She was trying to logically
Explain.
Yeah, no, because
keep quiet, keep quiet. First wait.
So you want to put in my feelings for me?
She is so logically trying to explain that this year she's going to invest
in her relationship.
No. If anything, let me tell you the truth. No, because I have found, if anything, let me tell you, my relationship thrives more, I think, more on my disconnect. Because we are both people who don't like to be in each other's space too much. But so for me, this is just a pocket that I'm going to do more in. Investing, I feel like we are okay. I think that space is always fine. I'm not going to spend more time.
Does not know her hobby.
No, but I don't do hobbies, by the way. I don't have hobbies. By the way, I don't have hobbies much. There are things I love to do, but because mine has always been like physical exercise. Yeah, so mostly that is that, and then that is like my social life. Yeah, so I'm doing that like more in my social life. I want to pick up, actually for me, why I'm being accountable, mostly because I really want to pick up cycling this year. Most like, I won't lie to you, I don't want to self-defeat. I don't want to self-defeat myself. I don't think by the time we are here next year, I'm sure I'm going to say it did not work, but I'm just trying to hold myself accountable. But most likely it will not work.
You might be cycling.
But then with my work, so I have, so I'm an economist, I'm an economist by profession and by education. So I'm currently actually an acting assistant director in the bank, but it's not something it's a great thing, but not something so much to celebrate, because it's just that there's somebody who's not going to be around for quite a long time, that's substantive, and he passed this baton on to me out of a group of people. And for me, it spoke a lot to me, especially because, so I applied for a role this year, much earlier this year, which I did not get. This same not this same position, but this same level. But in a different department. Which I did not get, but that I knew was not, I didn't feel it was meant for me at the time, but I was just trying to break through a kind of ceiling, because once you've moved above there, then you can really find your way, move through here. And the person who got the job, by the way, like, she was really the best person for that job, to be honest. For me, I was just going to, talk my way through much. But she was the more qualified woman for the job. And then I met one of my role models, who is engineer Irene Kagwa. She's the acting ED of Uganda Communications Commission. And because of my role right now as acting assistant director, I was able to be put in a room with her where Bank of Uganda and UCC signed a memorandum of understanding together. And I sat at a round table with her, and she's like a role model to me, because she broke a glass ceiling, not only in just breaking ceilings, but in such a male-dominated field. Like, she's in technology, engineering, and from engineering, and then she's like real gone to the top. And like, I've always admired her, and like snippets of her. So when I spoke to her, like, so after this whole signing, we got together round table, had this MOU signed, and then I had a private discussion with her. And when I told her, I just told her, I really admire her, and she told me, I'm biased towards women. And in that, and for me, it spoke to me that you can do so much more. Don't wait for people to hand you things. You can do each and everything. Like, everybody tells me, you're not supposed to be in the bank. You should be doing something else. I'm supposed to be in the bank. I know the reason I'm here. I'm a policy analyst. I love my job. I love the field of economics. I know what I want to do. But once in a while, I think I'm always like, yes, but my brain thinks usually different. Now, you guys think like I'm really structured on what? Come and join my colleagues and see what real structure is. Real conservative and traditional. And so for me, in that space, I'm like, I'm the in that space. And they're even like, on TV, even in the bank, they tell me, Pumla, one day you're going to leave. No, I will not leave for this or for TV or social media or everything. I will never leave. So when she said that to me, I was like, no, Pumla, you can have your foot here and your leg here and a leg here. And you can be great at both. So because, and I remember the episode we spoke about what the self-sacrifice the children. So you find yourself that you've had to compromise so much, to give up so much. So I planned this year, like, this is my year to start being really intentional about progression in my career, my actual career, and be great at it, and also remain thriving on this other side. So I know I can do both. Before I used to have this thing of, but now that my son's out of the house, I'm not so distracted anymore. Yeah, the timing is perfect. So now I can do this and do that. The fact when my son was around, I was able to do all these other things because I can do them with him. But I could not really progress in my career the way I really wanted to, at the speed and the depth I wanted to, with my son by my side. But now he's gone, And now, I'm going.
We can't
so
wait.
So this year I'm intentional.
And I'm loving the emotional part also. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's learning, Bambi.
Yeah, no,
I think it's always just been there, just that.
She just needed to be activated.
She checks it. She runs away and checks it.
I see an emotion coming from I'm like, I see you.
It can never be.
It can never.
No, not today, not today.
So that is it from us. We have told you what our 2022 was like. We would like you to share what your year was like in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes. Don't forget to subscribe. The bell so that you get those notifications, and we'll see you next time.
Happy New Year!
New Year!